Coach Adam Fossett Show brought to you by the B.B. Calmer Alumni Association. A heartbreaking loss and ending of the season in the fourth round of the playoffs, 31-28 to Reeltown on Friday night here at the stadium. And Coach, good morning. And I guess it's been kind of a long few days since Friday night, huh?
Yeah, it has. You know, we've at this point we've had time to kind of assess it and look at it and all that other stuff. And unfortunately, you know, it is what it is, so to speak, and time to move forward, time to look ahead, and I explained that to our guys on Monday, and thanked our seniors and what they've done for us, and you're looking at a senior class in 4 years that's gone 44-9, so 26-2 in region play in 4 years, so you're talking about a group that's accomplished a lot, and you know, I don't think dwelling on it.
What went wrong?
Dwelling on things is good. You know, we started out, you know, I thought we started out pretty good, you know, get a stop. Then we fumble on the punt. We fumble on a couple drives, and it goes back to turnovers, you know. And I think it's, you know, you hate to say, you know, kids doing too much, but I think just trying to do too much, trying to get more out of what they can get than they need to. So
did they do anything Reeltown that you didn't expect?
Not really. We knew they were. I mean, we knew they were a very good team, and up front played very well. The nose, number 21, their nose guard was probably one of the better D linemen we've seen all season. So we knew they were going to play hard. We knew that. That we were going to have to get some tough yards, and that's, you know, we got some tough yards.
You never were able to break the big run that we're so accustomed to.
Right, never broke the big run. Had some opportunities to do that, and just never broke the big run. So it was a wild, I mean, in all my years of coaching, it was a wild game start to finish. We put ourselves behind early, down 2 scores early, and we fight back from that and take a lead into halftime, and then come out in the second half and make some more mistakes. And it just, you know, unfortunately, it was not our night. Did not play our best game. Had some things go certain ways, and at the end of the night, I hated for us to lose like we did. I hated for us to lose, but again, we put ourselves in some of those situations and couldn't get out of some of those situations.
And it's certainly not pointing anything toward officiating, but there were some plays there that I still to this morning don't understand why it went the way that it went.
Yeah, there's some things in question with that, and you know, unfortunately we put ourselves, you know, unfortunately we have, they're out there to control the game, and that's their job to do so. But I think that, you know, again, I think there were some odd things that happened during the game for sure.
And which is another oddity, B.B. Calmer did not score the second half.
Yeah, we got the ball coming out of the second half, turned the ball over, and threw an interception there, driving down the field. So, you know, it just, again, one of those things where it was, you kind of shake your head and wonder why. So, you know, we've kind of looked at the game and looked at different opportunities and things that we've had, and unfortunately, you know, there's 11 guys on the field. Unfortunately, 11 guys didn't execute every time. You know, sometimes we may, you know, defensively we've, you know, tried to be aggressive. Offensively, we've tried to open things up and do some things, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Like, it's, you know, it's very unfortunate that happened.
Let's get to the fourth quarter, late in the football game. We're tied at 28. You had a 5-yard penalty, and you go for it on fourth down, and Harris split out, and you throw to the middle of the field, and Harris appeared to be open. Was there any thought about trying to get the football to him, or was that the call play?
Yeah, you know, you have to depend on your athletes to be athletes, and you know, we want our athletes to have the ball. So, but you know, again, it's you know, I'm not going to pull fault on any kids
Sure.
or anything like that. But yeah, our goal is to get the ball in the athlete's hands and be able to do that. He did have some green grass and probably could have made a catch and made a play, but you know, in second guessing and all that other stuff, that's something that we'll do the entire off season. So,
yeah. So you get turn the football over, and just a few seconds left, and 6 seconds, as a matter of fact, and they throw a pass. And you know, the clock showed 0, and somehow or another a second was added, and there seemed to be a little bit of confusion about that particular play. And they kick a field goal with no time left to win it.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of confusion there. No real clarity on the time being added back or anything like that. So. You know, and then they line up for a field goal, and I think it was the first field goal they've kicked all season.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's another oddity, you know.
yeah, no doubt, another oddity. You know, you talk about playing wire to wire and playing start to finish. We literally played start to finish, and a lot of heartbreak at the end of that. A lot of emotions at the end of that. You know, when you have 2 undefeated teams come into a game, somebody's going to leave with a loss, and unfortunately, it was us that left with the loss. So,
would shock be a good word to describe your feelings at the end of the game?
I think so. I think shock. I think, you know, I've done this long enough that you kind of compartmentalize things as they go on, and you see mistakes as they go on. You see where you've kind of made mistakes, or you know, not even turnovers, but you know, blocking, front blocking, or missing an open pass, or missing, you know, different things like that. So you start banking these in your head as to, hey, you know, we've put ourselves in some of these situations, and that's what we have, and we put ourselves in those situations as a team. You know, we have a good following, but we have fans and spectators, and our fans are there through all of it.
Yeah.
Our fans are the ones that are there.
There's a great group too.
Yeah. Our fans are the ones that at the end of the game were there and hey, great job, guys. Thank you for what you've done, all that stuff. Spectators are the ones that are sitting there second guessing calls and second guessing
media,
this
right?
and things like that. So. You know, the media, it's the media's job to do that. It's not a spectator's job to do that necessarily. And I've seen, you know, social media and all this other stuff. But I would encourage all of Tiger Nation to move on and let's get ready for, in this case, we're getting ready for basketball. Basketball plays tonight, actually. As far as football goes, we move ahead and get ready for next season. We get ready for realignment and reclassification. And
you mentioned, Coach, the 12 seniors. This has been a special group of young men, hasn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. This group is a special group, and I remember them in middle school. I remember Kamor and Chris Wilson and Noah Wimmer and all those guys in middle school PE, and little young guys, and just seeing them grow and watch them mature into what they matured into. So, and we knew that this bunch could be special, and they've done some great things. So,
what will you miss about this group?
You know, I've called this group stubborn all season, and I'll probably miss the stubbornness of them. To be honest with you, I know it sounds crazy, but they're very stubborn. They're very you know, try to prove you wrong type group, and you know, challenging them was tough especially over the past 2 years. Just challenging them was tough because they found an extra gear. They found a way to keep getting after it, whether it be in practice or a game or whatever the situation may be. So And out of those 12, almost all of them pretty much have a plan in place for their future, and that's impressive because most of them know pretty much what they want to do. And we have a couple of those guys. Obviously, Kamor is committed to Memphis, and
You think that's a firm commit?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I think obviously other schools are going to be contacting and wanting to know what's going on, but I think it's fairly firm. He's a very special athlete. Kid can play. He's a
Where's his future? What position do you think his future is?
I'm not real sure what the plan is. I think Memphis is recruiting him as an athlete. I would not be surprised if he played on the defensive side of the ball for them, but he's one of those guys that just wants to play. So I think based on where he fits in and as far as the team goes and where he's needed, I think he just wants to play ball. So.
Chris Wilson is another one. He's a great athlete, and he'll certainly be missed as well.
No doubt, Chris will be missed. You're talking about a lot of shoes to fill next year. Chris and Kamor definitely, Devin as one as well. So and those three guys, Chris and Devin both. Kamor's kind of got some things laid out in his future, but. Chris and Devin, they're garnering some interest, and they should.
Devin had a great game Friday night.
Yeah, both of those guys can play. Both of those guys can play at the next level. So, I told Chris Wilson, I said, I'm like your agent. I was like, I've been on the phone all week talking to people from here to Texas to Kentucky to wherever. Kind of pushing you and saying, hey, this kid can play. So, and the same with Devin. But those two guys will be missed along with Kamor, and those three could play college football. Noah and Alex and Seth Barnett, and Ethan Price, and some of those other guys that have been with us for a while. They kind of know what they want to do, and we want to help them be successful beyond football. We want them to be able to look back on this in 10 years and be able to talk about it and enjoy it and kind of move from it and grow from it, So, but big picture is we had a very, very good year. 13-1 is pretty good, and you have to really soak in the good. At the end of this week. There's only going to be one team from every classification win a state title. So just the fact that we were considered and in the mix is huge for us. This program has come a long ways. And
remember 3 years ago when surprisingly to a lot of people, you had a playoff win, and then more surprising to a lot of people, you weren't able to get the win Friday night. So we come full circle on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's been. It's been a good run. It's been exciting, and it's again, this is a reclassification year.
So what does that mean?
For us, it means that there may be a change in. We might change regions. We might change classifications. A lot of it just depends on all the numbers. So I've had coaches sending me stuff, and this is what they think this is going to be, and they think the regions will be this, this, and this, or whatever the case may be.
So you think we'll move to 3A possibly?
I don't know. If we do, it'll be close. Like it'll be very, very close. You've got some teams coming in from the AISA. Lee Scott and Glenwood are coming in, and I think they've got to settle in somewhere in that 2A, 3A range. I've had people have literally, come to me and said, I hope we don't go 3A. I don't want to go 3A. Well, man, whoever we have, we're going to line up and play them, and we're going to have a great off season, and we've got to replace a lot of people. We got a lot of athletes coming up, and man, we're just going to keep getting after it and continue to work. I mean,
so just for curiosity's sake, just say that there's a possibility you may move to 3A. Who would be some of the teams that are possibilities as opponents?
To me, it would make sense. if we ended up in that Childersburg region with Childersburg, but you never can tell. I mean, it's we were fortunate the past 2 years as far as region alignment goes for travel's sake, because the travel was not terrible. And when regions come out, honestly, when regions come out as a head coach, there's two things you think about. One is your non-region games, which I've already got 2 penciled in, but the other one of those non-regions is Childersburg in week 1. Well, if they're in the region, then I can't play them week 1 too. So then you got to go find a week 1 game. So and you want to play teams that are close by because you want to draw a crowd. You don't want to travel a lot and things like that. So. So you worry about that, and then you look at the travel aspect of it, because if you're having to travel a long ways, that's tough. And you look at, like, let's say Glenwood is a 3A, and Childersburg and Glenwood are in the same region. Glenwood's in Smith Station.
Yeah, a long haul.
That's a haul. So at $1.80 a mile or whatever it is for a bus now, that's a lot of money, and that's tough on a program. So, and when you're scheduling non-region games, man, you got to look at, hey, this could draw a crowd, or you could get a lot of people. So, you want to be able to do that and be able to get a crowd and be able to make a little money to cover your expenses for the following year. This
has been a very successful football program at least the last 3 years. What, you 6 years now or 5 years?
6.
Okay, and you've seen success, graduating 12 seniors off this football team and some key players that you're going to have to replace. Where do we go from here with this football program?
It's time for the juniors to step up. I mean, it's their time. It's kind of a rite of passage for our groups, because the senior class leaves, and it's the juniors' time. The next senior class leaves, and it's the juniors' time. So, Rayleon Sims and Richard Weed and Datron Wells, those guys it's time to step up.
Sims can be special too.
Yeah, he could be special. Very talented. Can play all the offensive positions. If we had to play today, he would be at the quarterback spot. And then we would kind of have to sort everything else out. But you're also losing 4 offensive linemen, so you got to replace some offensive linemen. We got some young guys coming up that are going to have a tough off season and get bigger, faster, and stronger. And you go back to all these games that we talked about, the young guys playing. Hopefully those game reps will pay off, because you can't simulate those reps in practice. So. Hopefully that'll pay off. When we get back in January, we'll hit the ground running, and it's full on off season and getting ready to go.
Before we leave this morning, certainly it's been an honor of mine to sit with you every Thursday for Coach's Corner. And what would you say in closing this morning to Tiger Nation about the future of this program?
I think the future is bright. I think. The big factor that has to be understood is that the group that's going out is a very special group. Talented-wise, athletic-wise, and skill-wise, they're a very special group. And that we have built the foundation, and we are going to continue to build. And it's going to take some hard work. It's going to take effort. I think the parents of the young kids coming up need to understand the commitment that it takes and the effort that it takes as far as being at practices and being at workouts and doing all the things that they need to do. And we've got to understand that as young athletes, we've got to understand that you're not going to leave every day just chipper and in a happy mood, because some days are going to be tough, and that's the way it is. If you want to be a good athlete, if you want to have a good team, you're going to have to overcome the tough parts.
So basketball tonight.
Basketball tonight. Lincoln comes to us. I think we play Fayetteville tomorrow night.
And you got some of these kids who are playing basketball and just finished football.
Yeah, so there's 11 or 12 varsity basketball players, and 10 of them are varsity football
Wow.
players. So yeah, so they're going right into it. And I'll be honest with you, Coach Herbert asked the guys about this week, and they said we want to play. So they wanted to get right into it and get going and play. So they'll play tonight, and I expect it to be a little rusty. I expect them to be a little out of tune just because they haven't had a lot of practice time, and they know that. You know, we one thing that we are with our kids, we're straight up with them. You know, we're honest with them. Coach Herbert met with them and said, "Hey, look, it may be ugly because we haven't practiced, but do y'all want to play or do you want to postpone the games?" And like, man, let's play. You know, so we have Lincoln tonight, and then we play Fayetteville in an area game Friday. So
it's a competitive spirit.
Yeah, they're competitive. So, but we'll play and get after it tonight. We're gonna be in the parade tonight.
Yep.
So most of my guys will be there. There's a JV game, so some of my younger guys won't be able to be on the.
Do you know
float,
how to do that wave?
No, I'm not good at the wave. You know, it's kind of like TV. I got a face for radio, and I come do TV every Thursday, so I'm not real good at that either.
Coach, it's
So,
been an honor to
Yes,
have you with us, and let's do it again next year, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach and athletic director of the B.B. Comer Tigers, brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association. More daybreak just ahead.